it's Rose. Welcome back to my channel. So this morning I am starting work on my design team project for Rach and Bella Crafts. I have joined their design team. How exciting. Woo! And this month I am working with the Snowdrops and Blossom, a spring kit. And I just wanted to give you a very quick flip through of the kit and then we will start our project. In the description box below this video you will find a discount code for this kit and a link to take you to Rach and Bella's Etsy shop, so you will get a cool discount on that. Okay, so very quickly, a very quick flip through, and this is such a beautiful kit. It is so pretty, so soft, so fresh. So there we have page 1. Beautiful, beautiful blossoms and just all this softness going on. It's absolutely beautiful. Love these braidis as well. Some gorgeous crocuses. And I have printed on the back of these pages also. You'll see what I'll be doing with this in a little while. Little fairy, snowdrop fairy. Blossoms and more crocuses, and as always this beautiful collage page. Rachel does love her collage pages and I'm so glad she does because I love them too. Another softly decorated one. That is so pretty. This one is very similar. So there's 11 pages in the kit. I think it's 11. Am I correct in saying 11? I'm pretty sure it's 11. Background page and a backing page also. So those are fab. And then we have the ephemera. Now this particular page has fussy cuts and 2 of these little pockets and 2 corner pockets. Some little fussy cuts down here also. These pockets are just beautiful. Beautiful. I love the lace that she has put on the edges of these. They're gorgeous. Some little envelopes, some hearts. These are actually envelopes, but they can be used as journaling cards, as Rachel explains herself in her own flip through video. You just slice off the bottom part here with the curve, and they can be used as a nice large journaling card. So pretty. Some beautiful vintage papers, all collaged up with images. I don't think collage is the right, a right word for that. What's the word? Altered with images. Yeah, beautiful. Some absolutely stunning lace framed journaling cards. Aren't they just beautiful? Look at those. They're gorgeous. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Beautiful tags and tickets. These are tabs, I think, page tabs, and some stamps. Yeah, so very, very pretty kit altogether. And I am going to be making a mini journal with this kit. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and slice off the edges. Obviously, I won't be using this part. But I'm going to slice off my white edges that my printer gives me, and I will be right back to you guys. Okay, so I have all my papers cut to size. My paper trimmer isn't the best, so they do have some rough edges, but I'm okay with that. And some of them aren't cut straight and all the rest of that. There may be some trimming to do as we go, but that's all okay. So I have those ready to go. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my cover. Now this idea comes from Camellia Crafts Designs. I was watching one of her videos recently and I had these very pretty paper bags that I thought would make a lovely cover for this. We will be covering a lot of the pattern, but some of it will show on the edges, so I thought it might be nice. Okay, so you can see this one is popped out and folded differently. I'm just going to show you quickly how I did this. So all we're going to do is we're going to open up our bag and we're going to fold the side gussets outwards instead of inwards, and on the side with the crease right here we're going to pop our fingers in, and there on the side you will see this little triangular crease. They usually pop in. We're going to pop this side out and crease it outwards, and we're going to do the same on the other side. Make sure you're doing the side that is closest to this crease, guys, okay? So we're going to pop that out and crease that, and we're going to, hopefully we're going to get this folded down, and this should fold straight across then. Okay, so that's how I did that. Okay, now I have these little flaps on my bags. I don't know yet if I'm going to use them, but I'm going to leave them for now. Now I don't actually need the full size of this bag, so I am going to, actually I was going to use my paper trimmer, but trimming those papers made me realise that's not a good idea. So I'm going to take my trusty cutting mat, my steel rule, and my knife, and I'm simply cutting along this line here where this flap comes up to. I'm just going to cut this piece off. Okay. Now we don't actually need this piece, but I may use it for a pocket or something like that in the journal. I'm just going to pop back the right way around just so that I know what I'm at with it. There we go. So it folds back nicely, and it gives a nice little flip out pocket there. Might do something else with it, I don't know. We'll leave it there for the time being. So we have our two pieces now. I'm just going to make sure those creases are nicely set. I'm going to do the same with this one. I really am feeling the loss of my bone folder at the moment, and it didn't turn up in my tidy up, which I thought it really would. Okay, so the next step is to put these together. Now, I could use that as a spine, as an open spine, but I'm not making a thicker journal like that today. I want to make a fairly simple small journal. Okay, so we could do that. Doesn't really sit properly there, does it? It's not too bad. I think we could get away with that. That's glued. Maybe this way. Let's just see. I'm just playing with these paper bags. I've had these in my stash for quite a while and never used them, so I don't know the ins and outs of them. Yeah. I think the best thing to do might be, that's kind of cool. No, the best thing to do might be to glue this down. Do I glue this down and keep it, or no? I'm going to cut it off because we're gluing these two pieces on top of each other, and that's going to be part of our spine. So I don't want to thicken that any more than necessary. I'm just going to slice these off. And again, I'd possibly use these in another part of the journal. Now, as I'm slicing this, I'm taking that top piece off as well because it's not lined up properly. There we go. That didn't come off. There we go. And the same on this one. Comes off that time, yeah. Okay. So, our next step, we are going to be putting the top edges together. Now, I just need to figure out which one of these was the top edge. It doesn't really matter, but I think that's it anyway. Yeah. Yeah. So, like so, and we're overlapping them. But first of all, I am going to glue the edges of this shut. Okay, so I have my pieces glued. I have, oh, this one didn't glue properly. I've glued down this flap and I am gluing this shut, but it hasn't shut all the way. So I'm just going to put another bit of glue on this. Get that all tidied. Okay. Now the next thing we need to do is make the crease for the spine. Now I do recommend, if your bags or your paper or whatever is slightly thicker than the normal paper bags, I do recommend using a scoreboard, which I have here. And what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try and score right on the middle of that overlap here, okay? So yeah, it appears to be on my one. Now the measurements aren't going to be exact, so they're not going to be the same for me or for you. It depends on your bags and how you've put them together. So I'm just going to go into the middle of where they overlap there, and I am just making a score line. And because there are 4 thicknesses of the card there, that might prove slightly difficult. I should probably have done that on the other side, and I'm going to turn it over and do it on the other side as well. Just so that we can get a nice fold on that. And while I am here, I am going to score on just here as well. Now I want it to be a little bit away from that. Do I? No, I'm actually going to fold. My goodness, this is not working for me at all. No. Okay, I'm just going to have to fold this because that scoring isn't working for me on there. So I'm just going to fold it over. And there we have our fold here. I'm going to get my ruler out to help me with folding that up. Here we go. Just going to put it against that score line. And I'm going to fold this up. There we have it. Whoop. Now, as you can see, I am having some trouble because of how thick this is. But if your paper isn't as thick, you should be totally fine. And I haven't done that straight either. Wow. Now, that's better. There we go. Okay. And that folds in nicely there. Also, that worked out just perfectly. Now, there is a little bit of a lift here, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue in there. And we will be covering that up anyway and reinforcing it. There we have that. And we have our cover. Okay. So it's going to have a little flap, obviously, and it's going to open like this, and it's going to open like this, and our pages will be sewn in here. So cute. That still hasn't stuck down for me. Anyway, that should work out okay. Okay, well, I'm going to leave the glues set here on this, and wow, that still hasn't come straight for me. Yeah, that should be it. It's not perfectly straight, but it is good enough. Yeah. Okay, so we'll let this set up with the glue, and what I'm going to do next, I am going to cut panels for the front and back and for our flap as well. Okay, so I have all my pieces cut, and the next thing I want to do is get them in place. That's going on the back, that's going on the front. So all I'm going to do here, I am going to just put a little bit of glue stick on them, and then I'm actually going to sew. I haven't sewn on a journal in quite a while because there was a lot of stuff piled up on my sewing cabinet and I couldn't get to my machine, but I have that all cleared off, so now I can sew again. Hooray! So I'm just going to get this stuck down, and I will run over to my sewing machine and get it sewn up, and I will be right back to you guys. Okay, so we have all our sewing done, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on an eyelet one-sided policy closure for a wraparound, and I am using, this is a little disc that I have cut from some embossed silver cardstock, and these are just little circles that I've had in my stash and they fit nicely behind that, so I'm using those as well. And I also have a little silver heart eyelet, so I'm going to use that. Now I'm doing it at this stage so that when I mat the inside, it's going to get covered up on the inside, okay? But one of these I want to punch a hole in, try and get it in the center. Sorry about the kitty cat, guys. Let's get him down. So I'm just punching a hole in the center of this one because I want to reinforce the back of this as well. And I'm going to get these two punched as well. In fact, I'm going to get them all punched right now. That one was pretty good, so I'm going to go by this one. Oh, there we go. That's all those three punched. And I'm going to see if I can use these ones to get the center of this one as well. Should be good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, put this out of the way. Oh no, we are going to need that again because we need to punch a hole in here. Now I'm not measuring, I am just doing it by eye. And I think that looks pretty good there. It is covering up some of our flour, but them's the breaks, methinks. So I'm just going to pop a little dot right in there, and we'll get that punched. There we go, now we're done with that. And we'll get this glued down just as a little bit of reinforcement. There we go. Ooh. And I'm gluing the two of these to the back of the larger one because I want a little bit of lift for the string at the back. And I'm getting glue all over my desk. Do it this way this time. Okay, so those are our pieces prepped and ready to go. Now we need to set our eyelet. And of course I'm not finished with the crocodile. You knew that, didn't you? Why didn't you tell me? Oh. So because this is a directional eyelet, I need to make sure that our heart stays the right way up. It's not going to be very visible against the silver, but I think it's a nice little touch at the same time. There we go. Get that in there. Now I do have some trouble with my crocodile closing eyelets. I'm hoping this one is actually a little better than the ones I normally use, but we shall see. Stand up for this. Yeah, that seems to have closed it without breaking it, but it's not closed all the way, so let me fiddle around here a little bit, guys. I'm sorry. I actually usually end up going through all the different ones and just pressing with all of them, and that seems to give me enough to just get it closed to a point where it's not going to open. Like that now is just perfect. Okay, so we have our little eyelet closure. Yay! I won't put the string on till the end. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is decorate the inside panel. Now I could leave it like that and it would actually be quite pretty, but I think I'm going to take a piece of the paper. I wonder, would it reach all the way across? I haven't measured this, of course. No. What to do? Oh, look, I could do that. That would be so pretty on the inside. Let's have a look and see. So that wouldn't really work. Now I obviously have to go and trim these down. I don't like that. That might work. I think that would look fine. It's only on the inside of the flap. Or, This will be interesting. I think that would work actually really nicely. It kind of looks like it's adding onto the collage page. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. That's awesome. Never thought to use the cover sheet before. There you go. Let's do that. Right, I'm going to pop off and get these trimmed out, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have all my pieces cut to size, almost. I need to get this one cut, and I need to join these together as well. But the first thing I'm going to do is just going to get this into position so that I know where I want to cut my diagonals. Okay, so that is our cover pretty much constructed. Isn't it looking pretty? I love it. Okay guys, so I'm going to leave it at that for today. Join me for the next video. We'll be looking at putting the signature together and decorating the pages and things like that. Don't forget to like the video and leave a comment below, because you will be in then for the draw for the Capricorn journal for January. For every video you leave a comment on for the month of January, you will have an entry into that draw. So yeah, that's it. I will talk to you all very, very soon. Have a fantastic day, guys. Bye.